Spotify, people who are here watching and listening to us. This is Talk and Talk, conversation platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This meeting is special because it's a tech talk, right? So we're going to talk now about how tech can save the world. I think it's really a really interesting topic, and we're going to talk about sustainability, the environment, and all of these stuff. My name is Bruna. I have been a host here on Talk and Talk since November last year, so it's been a year that I'm a hostess here. I like dancing, studying, and I work as a teacher, English teacher, and also community manager. But today I'm not here as a teacher, just guiding the talk, all right? Nobody here is going to teach, to correct, or to judge you. This meeting is just a safe place to communicate, all right? If you want to have classes with an instructor or something like this, we also have this opportunity here, classes for beginners and intermediate students in English, Spanish, and French. All right, guys. So there are 6 of us. I think it's okay if we split into 2 breakout rooms. In the breakout room, please choose a person to read the questions. Make sure everybody's going to have the chance to talk a little bit. And if you need any help, there's a button there called Ask for Help. All right, I can go there to the room to support and to help you if you need anything. Don't forget to be nice, be respectful. Most of you are already familiar with TNT, so I don't need to explain too much. But it's important if there is somebody watching us here on YouTube or like listening to us, they will get to know about the meetings. All right, I'm gonna have Fernanda and Leticia with me since I haven't talked to them a lot, and the other guys are going to the breakout room. Felipe, Wanda, and Murilo. All right. Enjoy the talk, guys, and at 7:50, I'll bring everybody back. Let's go. All righty. Bye, Wanda. See you. Let's start by the introductions. Fernanda, can you start introducing yourself? Who are you? Where you are from? Do you work in tech? Share with us.
So, my name is Fernanda. I'm 38. I work with technologies my whole life, since 2005, I think. And today I work as a Salesforce developer in a United States project. And so my hobbies are playing volleyball, and I like to read. I think that's it.
Okay, very good. I loved it. I love volleyball. I'm terrible at playing, but I just love watching. And I think it's really nice when I get to know like people who actually play volleyball. I feel like, oh, I wish I could. I know how to play some sports, but volleyball, it's just terrible. So thank you so much for sharing with us. Leticia, are you a girl who is into sports or not? Share with us.
My sports, it's a Pilates. It's the only sport I practice. And the others, no.
It's nice. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, I'm Leticia. I live in Porto Alegre. I'm a software developer, and I've been working as a software developer since 2005. It's a long time ago. And okay, and I'm 39 years old, and I'm here again to explain about the technology.
Yes, and today you girls are going to help me. It's a girls only meeting because I am not into tech, as I was saying in the beginning. I work as a community manager, so it's all about teaching and like languages, teaching English, and about community. So I don't know anything about tech, just how to use my cell phone and my computer. Hi guys. I always feel really nervous when I need to guide tech talks because I really don't understand anything. But my hobbies are dancing, Being here on TNT is one of my hobbies too. Even though I work here, I really love joining meetings and talking to everybody. It's a pleasure. I am 27. I live with my family here in São Paulo. I don't have any children. I don't have pets. And I think that's it. My hobbies are dancing, going out with my friends, sleeping, and eating, watching series too. Not a huge hobbies, but the simple is good to me. Let's think now of the first question. Oh my God, I'm really nervous. How do you think we as a society can use technology to help reduce the impact of climate change on nature? Do you girls know any product, any project, or any anything we have that can reduce the impact of climate change? Let's start with you, Lynn. What do you think?
Okay, in my opinion, I think the energy, the sun energy, and the fun energy. I don't know the names in English. Okay, I think the two examples when can reduce the impact of the climate, because it's a renewable energy and the recycle the garbage, for example. I think the other example, when people can use the technology to improve this recycle and contribute to the impact of the climate, reduce the impact of the climate, for example.
Very good. I loved it. So you were talking about like the wind energy, right? Like energia eólica, wind energy, like this.
Yeah. Yes, wind energy. Okay.
Wind energy. I loved it. Yes, that's really nice. I totally agree with you. And while you were talking, I was thinking of the electric cars. I think this is also a way to use tech and to reduce the impact of climate changes and the emission of the gases. I think this could be also another way to do this. I was thinking of something else, like trying to think of other examples, but I couldn't. So Faith, do you have other examples besides this one?
No, but I remember that technology fair that there are that bicycles that you run and generate energy.
What do you think of this idea, girls?
I think there is too much to improve, but it's an idea. I think maybe I don't remember the name of the country, but there is I see somewhere in LinkedIn that if you do some running or some exercises, you get a ticket by free from subways, from bus. It's I think that the government is in its I don't know the word. They are like an incentive to people to use the energy or to generate energy. I don't know, but I think it's the same idea.
I loved it. It's like motivating people in order to like make them do it, right? Yes, but yes. I have already seen this, but it's usually not that you. I've never seen this in small events. You know, like usually in big events, and there is these stands. How can I say this? Stands. These places. I have no idea. These like specific places, you know, where they have these initiatives, and I think it's awesome. Yeah, maybe it could be something bigger, right? I don't know, in a city or in a neighborhood. I think it would be a good idea. Very good. Can you girls think of, going ahead to question number 2, really tough question, how technological development can help to use and generate sustainable energy sources? Let's start with you, Faye. I think this one you mentioned is one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Some exercise to generate some energy. I think so.
Yeah, this is a good one too. I can't think of any. Let's hear from Lynn. Can you think of any other?
I don't know. I don't know. The, I know the energy. It's not common in my way of tech, for example. In my day by day of technology. But I know there is a lot of people who study this and create any other things. And in my opinion, at the moment, the technology can help the hours for example, if you think about the garbage or if you think about the plastic and how to produce this, I think there are a lot of technology or many ideas you can use the technology to reduce this and contribute to reduce the impact of the climate. But new technologies about this, I don't have idea.
To reduce and to reuse the
reduce
garbage.
And reuse.
Yes, I was thinking. I know I don't know any technology like specifically, but it's really nice to see that. For example, nowadays there are some apps that like connect, for example, like people who are, how can I say this, garbage catadores de lixo. They like these apps connect the guy who collect garbage and the community, you know. So if you are looking for a garbage collector, this app has a lot of people like, and I think this is a good way to use technology like the cell phone and the apps to recycle, because these guys are doing an amazing job like recycling and reusing too all of these materials that would be thrown away. So I think it's a good idea too. Do you girls know any app that helps in the environment stuff or that has any initiative like this? Have you ever heard of any app like this?
I have heard something into Shark Tank. Do you know?
That program.
Yeah.
The TV program.
Yeah, I already seen some company that make an app or something to reduce or to reuse the garbage and try to just not to sell, but to have to get money, to get help to spread the idea to the world, to another companies. So I already see this in this program.
Very good, very good. I didn't know about it. That's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of these programs. I only know because Casemiro reacts to this video. I don't know if you girls know Casemiro, but he usually reacts to Shark Tank videos, so that's why I know the program.
Casemiro is the guy that transmit the football.
Yes.
I just know this information about him. I don't know anything else.
It's okay. He usually reacts to some videos, and he reacts to Shark Tank too. Very good. Lynn, do you know any app that helps the environment, that has this initiative?
I use the Instagram and I find the profile when people collect specific garbage, for example, if clothes and the furniture and the electronics, and they people send this garbage to a specific places when collecting and divide these parts and the recycle, or I don't know, because in Porto Alegre there is a lot of cooperatives work with recycle garbage, and I remember the past I found in the Google Maps when there is a specific places collect specific garbage, for example, in general. But what app? I don't know.
No problem at all. It's okay. The app I mentioned was called, I think it's Kataki, the name, and there is a really nice thing you are mentioning. Instagrammers and influencers that really want to share with you a profile really nice of garbage collector she's called Annie Catadora is her Instagram, and she brings amazing messages about recycling and reusing.
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think my hand was on the mic, but she teaches how to okay, I think now my microphone is connected to this mic here. Yeah, okay. She basically teaches how to recycle, how to throw the garbage. It's really nice, really nice tips she brings. Well, since we are talking about apps and about creating things, I want to know from you, question number 6. If you could develop a software or create a technology related to the preservation of the environment, what do you think would be a cool thing, or a cool initiative to start, or what project would be nice to create?
In my opinion, I think the first
I can't hear you, Lynn. Can you girls hear me?
Hello?
Yes? Well, I can't hear you anymore. I think it's here. Let me see. Okay. Let's see, Lynn. Can you say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, I can. Now I can. Go ahead.
Okay. In my opinion, I think the first time it's to education people about this climate and how they impact when you produce in your house or in your work in the change the climate. I think it's the first time. And after, for example, if you delivery is not the correct word. Okay, you have, for example, an app, you have specific points, close the houses of the people when people discard your material, or when people for example, separate your garbage to generate your energy or recycle. I think, in my opinion, it's a big problem. In many countries, it's the garbage, because there is a lot of land when the government in general deliver the garbage and don't have idea what to do about this. And the other points, it's education people about to use the plastic. I think in the moment is the 2 main points. It's important to talk a lot about this.
Whoa, you brought amazing points. I loved it, and I think this is awesome. Maybe creating apps to inform people, right? I don't know if there is any app like this nowadays, in a way that like people would be interested in reading, because like probably that is, but I always feel that when we are talking about the environment, we don't worry too much. It's okay, I know it's like things are happening. I know the world is like, I know climate change and stuff and everything, but I'm doing nothing because there are other priorities, you know. So it's really really complicated. But I loved what you said. Yeah. What do you think, Faye?
Do you remember when we had the water? I don't know the name. The rivers and places was low, and people
Like the
was
levels of the water.
wasting water, and that's not my problem. It's a environment problem, not mine. So it's a problem that affects everyone, but just part of the population do real something to solve the problem.
What do you think? What would be a nice software or app or anything related to any technology stuff that you think could be used or that you would create to preserve the environment?
When I find out this, I'll earn some money with that.
Yes. That's a good answer. I loved it. Yes, very good. You were saying something about people not worrying too much, you know. I want to know from you, it's not on the list, but every time we are talking about environment, I think it's nice to think a bit about that. What are the things you girls are doing to preserve the environment? What are things you do every day or that you try to do in order to, you know, take care of the environment? And if you are not doing something, what can you start doing today or tomorrow or, you know, this week to start doing it, changing things?
To be honest, I'd like to have the when you put the waste in different for plastic, organic.
Separate. Yeah, like recycle.
Yeah, the recycle the bin, it would be great. But here, when I live, there is no different collection, garbage collection, for example. Even if you split this in your house, everything will go to the same place. So maybe it would be interesting if the government, the cities could motivate the population to do this kind of separation, garbage separation.
Good point. I loved it. And yeah, it's this is something that also happened here in the condo where I live nowadays. They started recycling this month, but like last month and like previously they weren't doing this. And it's difficult because it's exactly what you said. Even if you do this, everything will go to the same place, right? So I would like to start recycling too.
I believe if you live in a place that everyone do, you feel bad if you don't.
Yes, definitely. That's it. It's a movement, right? Like if there is like someone doing, the other guys would feel influenced to do this too. I totally agree with you. Yes. Le, do you do anything or is there anything you would like to do to start preserving the environment?
Yes, for example, in Porto Alegre, there is a garbage collector separator, but in my opinion, it's not the information about the days and the hours. It's a easy to people access, for example. But in the other point, it's too common in Rio Grande do Sul to use the plastic bag to put your garbage in your house. But there is a separate collected in Porto Alegre, for example. It's a contradictory, okay? And in my day now I separate the garbage and I reduce use the plastic, for example. There is a lot of things I don't use it anymore because it's the plastic, for example, in the bag plastic in the supermarket, and I don't use the cars and I use the public transport, for example, the other thing. And I reduce the time, the many times I call the delivery food, for example, because the delivery use the plastic. And in my opinion, it's the other point when people work in your home and they don't have idea how many garbage you produce in your week, for example.
Good point, girl. You're bringing amazing topics today, amazing stuff to think about the consumption of plastic. I always think too of the products we buy, right? Like the shampoo, the conditioner, like all of these. Like if you live in a place that you share these things with other people, every month you're going to buy new recipients, right? New plastic recipients, and it's really bad. So we have the cups, the straws, right? A lot of things. Like if you go to a bar, there are a lot of what's the name? Disposable cups, and also straws. All of this is plastic, and it's bad for the environment, right?
Last time that I went to the market, I bought a plastic bag, reusable. I think it's something done with garbage recycle, but it's impossible to use. You put things on it, and it open in the bottle. So it's still difficult to have some things that it's daily use, but it's not a good quality than the plastic one. So it's still difficult to use in a daily basis.
Are these plastic bags in your city paid, or they are for free?
No, it's paid. It's very well paid.
Yes.
It's free.
It's free. The bags are free.
The supermarket, it's free, and it's a culture here to reuse the plastic bag to put your garbage. Okay, yes. And I know there is a little movement, don't use it anymore, but okay, in my opinion, it's a little pieces you do in your life to contribute this. But the education, it's a principal point, a main point about this. Because if you think a lot of others, you can shampoo and the others. It's a common, we use it to in the month, you buy every month. And there is a new plastic you produce. But the other things you use in your life, there is a little plastic involved.
Yes.
And the plastic spend a lot of time to, I don't know, to disappear in the road.
Yes, this is hard vocabulary. Decompose. I have no idea how to say this, but let's learn. I will find it here again to share with you. Decompose, decompound. Yeah, very good, girls. I wanna ask you the next question that is talking about the companies, because I know that of course we are part of the world and we have a huge impact in nature and in the environment in general. But do you believe large corporations are really interested in ensuring the preservation of the environment? And of course, here we can also bring companies that you know that are doing a great job. Let's highlight companies that are really worried about it. I think it's important to bring good examples to, if you know, of course. If you don't know, it's okay. What do you think? Are they really interested in ensuring the preservation of the environment?
When you talk about the big techs, for example, I think there is a part of their techs or the CEOs talk more about the climate change, for example, or the reduce the climate change. But when you talk about the other companies, for example, electronics and in general, mobile phones, TVs, and the others electronics, I think there is not incentive to this company get this all the equipments to recycle this, for example. And I know there is some specific companies put this information in your main, for example, in your main role, I don't know the names, in your big hag, for example, talk about the sustainable principles, for example. But I don't know how percent the company dedicated to the sustainable environment, for example.
Yeah, I have no idea, Chile. But I know this is nice what you said, like that. I know there are some companies, for example, Apple, that if you take your old cell phone there, you get a discount, and then I don't know what they do with these old devices, but I hope they recycle or do something sustainable with it. And I think Samsung has a project like this too, so I think it's a good initiative, and it should be more valued and more shared. I think it's a good initiative. Faye, do you have any idea? Do you know any corporation who does it?
No, I was looking in Google for something different, but I think the most things is the electric vehicles and some transform CO2 in something not bad to our health and things like that. But I don't know any specific company about that do this some motivation to improve these things.
Yeah, I unfortunately I don't know any other either. Like probably there are, but it's interesting that we don't know, right?
Yeah,
I think it's interesting that we are not familiar with these things. Yeah, very, very bad. Like we can go to the next. Go ahead.
Because in real life we are not interested on this in a daily basis. Just when someone talks about it and the subject comes up, that we think about it. It should be something more spreadable in the world.
I totally agree with you. And I think this is the challenge too, right? To talk about it and to worry about it, right? Because just like Leo was saying, the impact of it in our health is huge, like
Yes.
it's not just about it's not just in Antarctica that the ice is melting, like we are facing the impact here too. And
Yeah,
I think that's
our health.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we don't notice, right? Yeah, really, really bad. I don't know if your girl saw, but yesterday I saw on Instagram a girl who traveled to Recife and to São Paulo, and she filmed the sky. Like here, the sky is gray, like São Paulo, it's messy and dirty, you know, and then Recife, a blue and beautiful sky. So it's really, really complicated. Girls, I want to know from you if you know what is a self-sustainable house, first of all. What is it, self-sustainable house?
What is the self-sustainable house?
Yes, what is a self-sustainable house? Do you know?
In my opinion, it's the house when they can use the good energy. For example, they use the water and you can use your garbage, or you have built this house when you use the sunlight, for example, and more freshable about the wind. And if one day I have a lot of money, I will live in this place, but but at the moment in Porto Alegre, no.
Not yet, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
That's a good thing. I must confess, it's the first time I'm thinking about what a sustainable place is, self-sustainable. So I didn't know, but I think it's a great idea, actually. So, Fe, would you like your house to be this way, self-sustainable?
To be honest, I don't know exactly what is house sustainable, but I think everything that we could do to reduce the problems in the planet and to our health, it's good to have, and affordable to population, because everything is difficult and expensive. Even a simple bag of reusable plastic that here is not free, it's more than twice times the price of a common one. So I think before we could think in big modifications, we need to think in small things that could change everything.
Yes. Good point. I didn't know about the self-sustainable place too. Self-sustainable or self-sufficient house. So when the place creates its own energy, water, food, really new to me, but it's really nice what you said about the prices, you know, because all of these things that are sustainable, for example, if you go to a store and you have like a different for example, a t-shirt that is made of like a different product, or that is sustainable, the price is much bigger, you know. So this is it's complicated too, right? Like with the in order to get this product, you need to afford more. Yeah.
Yes. So it's expensive, and there is no motivation for you to get this if your neighbor won't do as well. Yeah. So I think it's something that more conscious than anything.
Yeah. You were saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know, a few months ago, I was in the supermarket. I compared the prices of the brush my teeth, for example, the plastic and the sustainable. It's
bamboo.
It's bamboo. Okay. The bamboo costs 50 reals and the other costs 10 reals.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. But I agree about the prices, the sustainable things, and its costs a lot more, and the other things. But I think, in my opinion, in general, the companies don't have idea how it's not the idea, but what the company don't have I don't know. Okay, I forgot the word.
It's okay. Do you know it in Portuguese? We can help you
Okay.
in English.
Não tem interesse. Okay, don't have the interest
Interest.
to produce these products, and the big companies, for example, because the Bombom is a small company, and the
Yes.
Colgate, for example, it's a big company, but the prices, probably the material, it's totally different, and I don't have idea if they have the interest to produce this and in a large scale, and they reduce the price, for example.
And I think this is the challenge, right? Because like usually when we are talking about these sustainable companies, or like companies that are smaller, they don't have a big production. They don't have a lot of materials, right? So this is going to increase the prices, and then that's the only option, right? Like to have higher prices in order to sell. So
if you think about vegan food in market industrialized vegan food, it's it's more than twice, 3 times the price of a common food. But if you see the ingredients, it's everything expensive. So I think the companies try to look for a different approach, but it's expensive, and most part of the population has no idea why this product could improve the life, could improve the animal's life, and reduce the I don't know the word, desmatamento. Deforestation. Only if you don't use the animals for food, you will have this big impact. But it's too expensive that even vegan people decide to eat meat, because it's expensive, but it's cheaper than if you compare to industrialized vegan food. So,
and it's really complex too, because for example, to find this balance, because a lot of companies are now like thinking of this group of like vegan people, but producing plastic, and I don't know, there will I don't know if we will have a balance someday, because all of these things are have, like if we try to balance it, it's complicated. I totally feel you. Fer, are you a vegan?
Not exactly, but I try to avoid the meat with meat.
Mm-hmm.
I try to avoid the anything with meat, but I wasn't able to take everything from my daily basis, because I was losing so muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So I was obligated to eat some meat again, but I try to not eat most time.
Very good, very good. And it's nice, like we are talking about veganism. I think a lot of companies are using technology to develop plant-based food, right? I think this is really nice. Le, are you a vegan, or have you ever thought of being a vegan or a vegetarian? Do you know any company who are doing who is using tech to develop?
I'm not a vegan, but I reduce the industrial products in my life, okay? And I know people, it's a vegetarian, and sometimes people change to vegan, but I don't know the names, just change. I don't know. And okay, and return the others. But one day I read the ingredients about the vegan meat, and I don't have idea what they do. And in the compare the salt, for example, it's higher in compare the other foods, for example. And okay, in my life, I reduce the industrial products in general, in general about the food. And okay, it's real food.
I really tough girls. I was there is a brand. I don't know if your girls know that it's called Notch. Then they have like Notch milk, and there is a milk, but it's not milk. Not ice cream, like it's an ice cream, but it's not made of milk. It's really nice, and they make milk out of pineapple and cabbage. I think it's really nice. Like, of course, the taste is not as milk, right? But it's good. Like it's like a chocolate milk that tastes good. So it's really interesting to see like companies thinking about it and using technology, of course, because this is technology to develop the stuff. I loved it that we changed it a little bit. It was really nice talking to you girls. I think I will bring the guys from the breakout room back. I really need to thank you for being so nice.
Oh.
She's freezing. Hello? Okay.
She dropped off.
I was supposed to close the room, and I joined the room. Okay, now I closed. I think it's because I'm nervous, girl, as I said, but you made me really calm during the meeting, so now I'm feeling better. Very good. Well,
Technology is not a monster. Sometimes
yeah.
people talk about this technology, but not a monster.
Yes, Lynn. But every time we have meetings about tech, I feel it's like a monster. No, I feel I don't know anything. I always end up like, okay, but I feel I don't know anything. I'm not in tech. These guys are so smart. They talk about many interesting stuff. And
No. It's smart. It's a stereotype, okay? And the technology, it's easy to understand, but sometimes people need to explain different ways for the other peoples, because in the big tech, in the technology, for example, there is a bubble, and when you talk with other people working in the other areas, sometimes you don't have idea what the people talk. Okay.
Yes, that's true.
It's
good point. Good point, Lynn. Now you made me calmer, so thank you so much for bringing this. Welcome back. How was the conversation, Banda?
It was a difficult conversation because of many words. I never heard these words, but it's a really good subject and get us to think about. And our conversation was so amazing. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, girl. Yes, and I totally agree with you. I don't want to complain about tech that much, because every time I have the chance, I'm always like, oh, I don't know anything about tech. Like, it was really hard, but the girls were amazing. We talked about a lot of things. So I feel you. It wasn't easy, but it's almost over. You nailed it. We did it, I want to know from you, Vanda, if you could create an app or a software that is going to be helpful, for the environment, and it's going to help the environment to be preserved, what app would you do, or what software would you create?
I would create not a software, maybe a machine to clean the air, the sea, and the earth from plastic. You borrow a plastic and take in a machine, for example, and then the plastic disappear because incinerate is not good. You incinerate plastic, the plastic gets in the atmosphere and stay here. Again,
Yes.
the microplastic, it's so dangerous. Maybe all the fishes stay with plastic in the skin.
That's true. That's true. And it's like there are photos already of like fish being harmed and like that they are full of plastic, right? It's really complicated. Yeah. It's a great idea, great software and great, I don't know, machine. I loved it. Murilo, thank you for that. How was the talk for you, Murilo? And which program, which software would you develop?
I created a software for taking informations for so many people around the world, with good information for avoiding impacting the environment, for example, because nowadays has so many people that don't know about it, yeah, and the people's needs knows for more fast possible, yeah, that's it.
Yes, I think this is the main point we brought here in the main room too. Mainly Leticia mentioned a lot about it. That is about getting informed, right? Look and to spread information about this, right? Because in our daily basis, we don't worry too much about the environment, like we don't think too much, right? But we should actually, we should. So it's great to use TNT as a tool to bring information and to make us think about it, right? I think this is amazing, and I just love having the chance to talk to you about these topics. Well, girls, guys, actually, I really hope you have enjoyed the meeting. We are almost over. I will share with you the link to the survey. And I need to thank the girls who are here in the main room with me, Leigh and Fernanda. It was a pleasure talking to you and learning from you. You are amazing. I have nothing to say, just thank. Just thank you so much for being so nice. I sent here in the chat the link to the survey. You can send your feedback, say if you liked the meeting, suggest topics, and thank you for being patient with me too. I really hope you girls have a great, you not girls because Maria is here too. You guys have a great night. And if you're watching us on YouTube, I want you to have access to the questions previously. If you want to have access to the classes and everything, you can find more information on the website. And that's it. Have a great night. And thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank
Thanks, everyone
you.
else.